Items you should throw away or replace at home. There are many household items that need to be discarded or replaced over time. The minimalist lifestyle, which involves reducing furniture and household items to the essentials, is becoming popular. Additionally, the second-hand market for selling and used household items has become very active. However, some items can actually pose health risks if kept for too long. Household items that may contain carcinogens. Many common household items may contain or release harmful chemicals over time, increasing the risk of cancer and other health issues. These items might seem harmless, but prolonged exposure can have serious consequences. Old toothbrushes. A toothbrush is an essential part of daily hygiene, but keeping it for too long can do more harm than good. Over time, its bristles wear down, reducing its effectiveness in cleaning your teeth. More importantly, worn-out bristles can damage your gums, leading to inflammation, infections, and an increased risk of gum disease. Experts recommend replacing your toothbrush every 3 months to maintain oral health. Old living room mats and yoga mats. Many mats used in homes and gyms are made of polyvinyl chloride, PVC, a material that contains phthalate-based plasticizers. These chemicals help make PVC flexible, but they are also known carcinogens. While safety regulations in South Korea limit the amount of phthalates used in consumer products, long-term use can cause these chemicals to leach out, potentially entering the body through skin contact or inhalation. This exposure has been linked to cancer, especially in the liver and reproductive organs, neurotoxicity, leading to memory problems and nervous system disorders, early puberty in children, developmental delays in infants and toddlers. If you're purchasing a new mat, check the product label for information about its composition. Avoid products that contain PVC or ensure that they are phthalate-free. Additionally, mats that contain cheap synthetic foam materials may release volatile organic compounds, VOCs, over time, contributing to indoor air pollution. Health risks of phthalates and VOCs. In addition to their cancer risks, phthalates and VOCs can cause a range of health issues, including eye and skin irritation, leading to redness, rashes, or allergic reactions. Weaken immune system, making the body more susceptible to infections. Respiratory problems, particularly in individuals with asthma or lung conditions. Hormonal imbalances, as these chemicals can act as endocrine disruptors, mimicking or interfering with natural hormones in the body. Some studies suggest that prolonged exposure to these substances may contribute to fertility issues in both men and women, making it even more important to limit contact with them. While some household items wear out over time and should be replaced periodically, others should be discarded as soon as they enter your home. Keeping these items around can increase exposure to harmful chemicals, toxins, and potential carcinogens, putting your health at risk. Plastic wrapping on dry clean clothes. One commonly overlooked but hazardous item is the plastic covering that comes with dry clean clothes. After dry cleaning, garments are typically wrapped in a thin plastic film to protect them from dust and dirt. However, the real concern is not the plastic itself, but the chemicals used during dry cleaning, particularly perchloroethylene, PERC. PERC is an organic solvent commonly used in the dry cleaning process to remove stains and dirt from fabrics. However, it is classified as a Group 2A carcinogen by the International Agency for Research on Cancer, IARC, meaning it is probably carcinogenic to humans. Health risks of perchloroethylene, PERC. When you bring freshly dry cleaned clothes home, PERC residue can linger on the fabric, slowly releasing toxic vapors into the air. These fumes can be inhaled or absorbed through the skin, leading to various health issues, such as eye, nose, and throat irritation, headaches, dizziness, and nausea. Liver and kidney damage from prolonged exposure. Increased risk of certain cancers, particularly in the esophagus, liver, and kidneys. Respiratory problems, especially in individuals with asthma or lung conditions, since perc is a volatile compound. It easily evaporates into the air, meaning that storing dry cleaned clothes in plastic wrapping can trap these harmful vapors, increasing your exposure. How to reduce exposure to perc to minimize the risks associated with dry cleaned clothing? Follow these precautions. Remove the plastic covering immediately after bringing your clothes home. Hang dry cleaned clothes in a well-ventilated area for at least 2 to 3 days to allow the chemicals to evaporate before storing them in your closet. Opt for eco-friendly dry cleaners that use liquid carbon dioxide or wet cleaning methods instead of perc-based solvents. If possible, hand wash or use at-home garment steamers for clothes labeled dry clean only to reduce reliance on dry cleaning. By following these steps, you can significantly reduce your exposure to toxic chemicals and make your home environment safer. Old aluminum foil and cooking sheets. Many people store and reuse aluminum foil and baking sheets multiple times to minimize waste. However, prolonged use of aluminum products can pose a health risk, particularly when exposed to high temperatures. At high heat, small amounts of aluminum can leach into food, especially if the food is acidic, like tomatoes or citrus-based dishes. Research suggests that excess aluminum exposure may be linked to neurotoxicity, potentially playing a role in conditions like Alzheimer's disease and other cognitive disorders. To reduce the risks, avoid reusing old aluminum foil that has scratches or discoloration. Use parchment paper or silicone baking mats as safer alternatives. If using aluminum foil, avoid direct contact with acidic foods and minimize cooking at extremely high temperatures. Hazardous items you should discard immediately. Some substances can enter our lungs through breathing, making them highly toxic. One such example is perchloroethylene, perc, a volatile compound used in dry cleaning. Because it evaporates easily, it may seem harmless, but in reality, it can be even more dangerous. Perc can irritate the eyes, nose, and skin, and its toxic effects can extend to the liver, kidneys, and lungs. Due to these risks, the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, advises that dry cleaned clothes should be immediately removed from their plastic wrapping and hung in a well-ventilated area for 2 to 3 days before storing them in a closet. This allows the organic solvent residues to fully dissipate, reducing potential health risks. Kitchen items that can be harmful over time. Another household item to be cautious of is parchment paper. Over time, the silicone coating on parchment paper can begin to separate. Since parchment paper is often used for cooking at high temperatures, this can pose a risk. Additionally, due to growing concerns about microplastics, it is important to be mindful of these risks. However, regular cooking oil paper, such as wax paper, does not pose a major issue even if it is old, as long as it is used correctly. Similarly, aluminum foil can also be problematic. When used for high-temperature cooking, small amounts of aluminum can leach into food, which is why caution is advised. For the same reason, old paper cups should be avoided whenever possible, as they also raise plastic contamination concerns. Old frying pans, discard them immediately. If you still have an old frying pan, it's time to throw it out. Some people may still be using the same frying pan they got with a set of cheese balls, or even the one they used when their children were young. Unless it's a stainless steel pan, coated frying pans should be discarded as soon as possible. The non-stick coating on frying pans is typically made of Teflon, a fluoropolymer compound, which is generally safe to use. However, over time, scratches and peeling can occur, leading to the release of harmful chemicals. When the coating starts to wear off, it can release carcinogens and heavy metals into food, making it essential to discard such pans immediately. Everyday items that can cause cancer and dementia. Aside from the previously mentioned items, there are various substances in daily life that can increase the risk of cancer or dementia. Substances that cause lung cancer. One such substance is naphthalene, which, although less commonly used today, was widely utilized in the past. Naphthalene is a byproduct extracted during the petroleum refining process and has been used in insecticides, preservatives, and deodorizers. It sublimates directly from a solid to a gas without passing through the liquid phase, meaning that as it shrinks in size, it disperses into the air and can be inhaled. If naphthalene mothballs are placed in a closet, their vapors can cling to clothing. When these clothes are worn, the substance can be absorbed through the skin. Once inside the body, naphthalene acts as a toxin. In sensitive individuals, it can cause eye irritation, breathing difficulties, and allergic reactions. Short-term exposure may lead to hemolytic anemia and other serious symptoms. Because of these risks, in 2002, the International Agency for Research on Cancer, IARC, classified naphthalene as a possible human carcinogen. In 2013, South Korea also designated it as a specific water pollutant due to its harmful effects. Cooking fumes. A hidden danger in the kitchen. Another significant risk comes from cooking fumes, particularly when using oil at high temperatures. During high heat cooking, aerosolized fine oil particles are released into the air. These fumes can contain carcinogenic substances such as formaldehyde and benzo(a)-pyrene, which are classified as Group 1 carcinogens by the IARC. Once inhaled, these chemicals accumulate in fat cells and can cause DNA mutations. Chronic exposure can significantly increase the risk of bladder cancer, pancreatic cancer, and other serious illnesses. Additionally, when chlorine-based cleaning products are used in the kitchen, they can release chlorine gas, which can cause coughing, chest pain, asthma, and respiratory diseases, and even increase the risk of lung cancer with prolonged exposure. Unexpected everyday items that pose a risk. One unexpected household item that can be harmful is scented candles. Scented candles come in a wide range of prices, including some very expensive options. However, many fragrance products contain limonene and phthalates. Limonene itself is not harmful, but when released into the air and exposed to ozone, it reacts to form formaldehyde, a Group 1 carcinogen according to the IARC. Formaldehyde can trigger inflammation, liver toxicity, and various types of cancer, including lung cancer, throat cancer, and breast cancer. To minimize risk, it's best to avoid using scented candles whenever possible. If you do use them, be sure to ventilate the room thoroughly afterward.